Tonight on Newswatch 18, the long-awaited announcement of Iowa State's next president has been heard. We'll tell you who he is.
An arrest has been made in the Ames robberies that hit multiple gas stations in the area last week.
And for the first time, a freshman has placed first for Iowa State in a collegiate golf tournament. All this and more tonight on Newswatch 18. And welcome to this edition of Newswatch 18. I'm Ashley Beers.
And I'm Kyle Steingraber.
The Iowa State University Board of Regents has announced its 15th president as Stephen Leith. Leith's term as president will start on February 1st, 2012.
With the selection of Dr. Stephen Leith, who will serve as the 15th president of Iowa State University.
I'm excited to be your new president, and I promise to work tirelessly to become the citizen and servant you all expect me to be.
The Campanile room of the MU was filled with students, staff, and local media. The Board of Regents said Leith's experience with university research and economic development is an invaluable resource to Iowa State.
A 15-year-old Ames High School student has been arrested in connection with last week's armed robberies. Isaiah Forrest was arrested Friday and given a juvenile referral for 2 counts of second-degree robbery. The 10th grader was seen on surveillance footage of the September 18th come-and-go robbery and the September 19th Swift Stop robbery. Police have not released information as to whether or not the handgun Forrest carried was real. He has not been charged in the September 21st robbery of the same Swift Stop.
For students who may have not heard the news, there is something exciting coming to Campus Town. The long-awaited announcement came at a block party Saturday night. The answer was a resort. The resort is a new Campus Town community center that will be completed by August 2012. The resort will feature a pool and spa area, as well as fire pits and workout areas. Not all Campus Town residents are excited about the addition. To make room for the resort, they plan to tear down the house at 127 Stanton Avenue. Residents of the apartments at 127 Stanton were not informed of the demolition prior to Saturday's event and will now have to look for other housing for next year.
Iowa State University's Carrie Chapman Catt Center for Women in Politics is currently accepting applications for the 2012 Women Impacting ISU calendar. A dozen women are selected each year based on their successes in leadership at ISU. The calendar recognizes women currently enrolled at or employed by ISU. Anyone may nominate a candidate. The deadline for nominations is 5 p.m. on Friday, September 30th. Nomination forms may be found at the Catt Center website, www.las.iastate.edu/cattcenter.
The Fiscal Solutions Tour will be coming to Iowa State University this Thursday. The tour hopes to break through partisan rhetoric, ideological divides, and political smokescreens in order to discuss a positive approach to fiscal responsibility. The speakers are David Walker, former U.S. Comptroller General, and Robert Bigsby, Executive Director of the Concord Coalition. The discussion will be moderated by Iowa State Executive Vice President and Provost Elizabeth Hoffman. The discussion begins at 7 p.m. in the MU Sunroom. It's free and open to the public. So, Meredith, a busy week right here on campus for sports, right?
That's right, Ashley. I'll fill you in on all the details coming up. Stay tuned to Newswatch 18.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
This Saturday will be the third home salad in a row for Cyclone football. Iowa State announced Monday that only 200 single-seat tickets remain available for this week's Big 12 showdown. Iowa State's athletic director Jamie Pollard added, No team in school history will have attracted crowds that this team has through the first 3 home games of any prior Iowa State season. It's a great time to be a Cyclone. The Cyclone and Longhorns kick off on Saturday in front of 55,000 fans at 6 p.m. Iowa State freshman golfer Scott Fernandez won the VCU tournament today. Fernandez shot 11 under, defeating East Carolina's Adam Stevenson by 1 stroke. Fernandez, the first Cyclone freshman to win a tournament, also tied 2 Iowa State records, the lowest 18-hole round in relation to par and the second-best 54-hole total. Iowa State finished 4th in the tournament behind Virginia, East Carolina, and Wichita State. Cyclone volleyball takes on the Jayhawks tomorrow at Lawrence, Kansas. The Cyclones look for their 3rd straight win in conference play after defeating Missouri and Texas Tech last week. Last October in Lawrence, Iowa State fell in 4 sets, but later in the season the Cyclones defeated the Jayhawks in Ames in 3 straight sets. Tomorrow's match is set for a 6:30 p.m. start. Women's club volleyball started biweekly tryouts this past week. Catherine Boblinski and Claire Powell have the story.
I'm Anna Verbrugge. I am majoring in kinesiology, pre-health professions, and I am here trying out for the volleyball club.
The ISU Women's Volleyball Club held their tryouts on Tuesday and Thursday. There are 20 spots open this season for the top 2 teams for women who want to compete around the Midwest.
The collegiate team are the top 2 teams. They will travel all over the Midwest area. We usually go to St. Louis University, Marquette, University of Wisconsin-Madison, KU, tons of them.
Everyone who tries out for club volleyball will either be on a collegiate team or will play on the USAV level, which travels around Iowa.
Club volleyball is a great opportunity for people who want to do more than the intramural level and want to play the whole year round, but either weren't quite good enough to make the collegiate team or don't have the time commitment.
The teams practice twice a week and travel about 4 times per semester.
I think intramurals is definitely something for everyone. I think it's a very fun level that everyone can play at, and intramurals has done a nice job of having an upper level and a lower level. And then the club level is definitely for something more competitive, which I really enjoy, and the collegiate for those who are passionate about the sport and want to play it year-round and want to make it part of their lives and want to travel all over the Midwest. It's definitely for that.
I like it a lot. It's really fun. Everyone's really fun, and they are out there and just like outgoing.
For ISU TV, I'm Claire Powell with Catherine Boblinski.
If you want to get involved with ISU Club Athletics, you can check out the Student Organization section of the Iowa State homepage. Women's golf finished 7th at the McGuire Invitational today in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Cyclones were led by freshman Shalonda Cheyenne, who finished 14th in the entire tournament with a score of 223. Cheyenne has finished 14th or better in the first 2 meets of her college career. Iowa State's next meets will take place October 3rd and 4th at the Windy City Collegiate. And that's all we've got for sports. Now to Andrew at the weather desk.
And thank you, Meredith. Last weekend we had a lot of chilly weather to deal with, some rain as well. This week looks like it might be a little bit better. Stay tuned. You're watching Newswatch 18.
We can all be energy savers. It's easy. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off electronics and appliances when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Learn more at energy.gov/kids.
So, you're looking for help with your mortgage. Worried about foreclosure? Messy stuff.
We're a mortgage rescue company. We can help you keep your house.
All we ask for in return is that you submit to our plans for galactic domination. We're not so different, you and I. Sign.
Yeah, this is not what we...
Have you met my henchman, Radu?
Nice to meet you.
Radu?
We'll see you later. If you're facing foreclosure, make sure you're talking to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
And thank you. Welcome back to Newswatch. Andrew Schneider here with your weather. This afternoon, right now, actually in Ames, we're at 61 degrees. The dew point at 54, so it might be a little bit muggy out there. Relative humidity at 78%, so possibly a drop of rain in the forecast tonight. A 30% chance, as we mentioned earlier this afternoon on iState News. Winds right now are out of the northwest at about 6 miles an hour. We've seen them gust up to 15 earlier today, so be careful out there. Make sure you wear a sweater if you're out and about overnight tonight. For the forecast, we got some great weather ahead. Sunny weather on the way. After tonight, the chance of precipitation actually drops to 0 for the next 5 or 6 days or so. We'll get to that in your extended forecast. So for those of you headed out to the career fair, don't be afraid to just go out in whatever nice clothes you have. No umbrellas needed. Heck, no jackets needed as we get to your tomorrow forecast here. Tonight first, it's going to be calm and clearing after the chance of rain moves after about midnight. We'll see a low of 58 degrees. We'll see that wind out of the northwest still. Otherwise, it's going to be relatively calm. Tomorrow, we're going to look at beautiful weather, 77 degrees. It's going to be the best day we have all week. So if you have any outdoor activities planned, make sure you get right on out there. Go out, enjoy grilling possibly. We know Parents' Weekend is coming up this weekend, of course. When you wake up in the morning, though, for your morning classes, make sure you bring that sweatshirt. We're at 52, as you can see right here, with possibly some clouds lingering. By noon, though, for your lunch hour, we're going to see 69 degrees. And also at 7 p.m., it's going to be a really nice evening out there, 73. So when you tune in to Newswatch tomorrow night, make sure you're doing it outside. We're going to take a quick look here at your extended forecast for your Thursday, 72 degrees. Beautiful weather all weekend long. It's going to get a little bit chilly on Friday and Saturday, 65 degrees both of those days. And Sunday and Monday, as your parents leave out and you might spend some time with them at the volleyball game, 71 degrees. Back to you guys at the desk.
ISU's fall theater season begins with this Friday with a production of Hedda Gabler. Cole Tanner and Jake Lovett give us a preview of this famous play.
The play Hedda Gabler is set in 1890 in a small town in Norway.
It's about this character named Hedda Gabler, who was the general's daughter, an only child. Her mother died in childbirth. Fiercely independent, passionate woman, but she's lived an incredibly sheltered life, always wanting to find meaning and purpose in her life. Because of society's restrictions, she has had to get married to this guy who is he's a great academic, but he's maybe not the most passionate or deep person in a lot of different ways. So it's about this woman trying to make sense of the world in a world that doesn't make sense to her. And she's just going crazy.
But that new maid you got, she won't know how to look after Miss Rena. A big, rough lump like that, she wouldn't know how to handle an invalid. She'll learn. Berna. Miss? Sorry. We'll manage. I'll be here. It was her first instruction when she stepped into the house. You will now address Mr. Tesman as Dr. Tesman.
The show was cast back in April at the end of the spring semester, with rehearsals beginning the first day of fall classes. The cast has been having 4-hour rehearsals 4 to 5 times a week.
Every night we get together and we work on these incredibly rich characters in these compelling situations, and it is a process of excellent and really fascinating discoveries about these characters and these people, and also how these characters and people relate to our own lives. So it's been a really fun and interesting process of discovery, I think, on a lot of levels.
For ISU TV with Jake Lovett, I'm Cole Tanner.
The show opens September 30th and runs Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays through October 9th. Tickets can be purchased at the Stevens box office or through Ticketmaster. And that's all we have for this edition of Newswatch 18. Thanks for tuning in.
Come on back tomorrow night at 8 for more news, sports, and weather. Have a great night.